They hit! Samantha squealed. Theresa on the couch, half asleep. What hit? What are you talking about? We gon' eat good tonight, Samantha said while dancing around in her Halloween pajamas, even though it was mid-July. My food stamps, girl. Theresa stood up so quick in a Atten Hut position. Theresa and Samantha were cousins who lived together. How much? Theresa asked, while Samantha continued to prance around. $285 plus. They gave me an extra $150 for last month. They both started laughing and dancing together. They didn't even get dressed or comb their hair. They both still had on their PJs and threw on baseball caps. They arrived at Catherine's. It was the neighborhood supermarket. Soon they arrived in Samantha's Nissan Altima, blasting city girls. Theresa was a bit embarrassed by how Samantha was rapping loudly with the windows down like she was at a concert. Theresa slid down in her seat, hoping no one saw her. Once they entered the store, they hurried up and grabbed their baskets, like they were on supermarket sweep. They both agreed they would spilt those government fund bucks. It was a large supermarket. It was 1:17 p.m. They both decided to meet each other at the register at 2 p.m. Samantha went straight to the snacks, picking up Twinkies, chips, muffins, you name it. Theresa, on the other hand, was picking up ribeye steaks, chicken, and oxtails. They were texting each other while in the supermarket about what to eat. Theresa said, "I'll make spaghetti and meatballs." It was 2 o'clock time to meet at the register. Reza, Reza. She waved her hands like she was trying to land a plane. Once again, Theresa was embarrassed. She mumbled to herself, "Have some class." In the line, an old lady was looking at Samantha's basket in disgust. The lady tapped on Samantha's shoulder. "All that is for you?" "Yeah, Grandma. Are all those teeth in your mouth yours? I advise you to make sure you don't cook your chicken too tough. You don't want your dentures to fall out." "Well, I never," as she touches her chest. Theresa pinched Samantha. "Ouch!" Samantha screamed. Samantha started piling her groceries on the conveyor belt. The cashier looked over at all the snacks. There was no fruit or vegetables in sight. "All right, ma'am. Your total is $212. Dang, I don't even get much." "These prices are outrageous," she complained to the cashier while pulling out her EBT card. The cashier just smirked. "It says, declined." Samantha looked confused. "You sure you have some money on that card, baby? It says balance left is $10.10. "No, ma'am, that's wrong. I just received funds this morning." Theresa put her head down in shame. The lady behind Theresa shouted and said it's probably fraud. "You haven't heard. They stealing people's stamps now?" "Huh, say what?" Samantha's mouth was still open in shock, staring at the card reader like it had just slapped her. Theresa clutched her basket, suddenly aware of the old lady still glaring, the people behind them whispering. "But I just checked this morning," Samantha yelled, pulling out her phone. Theresa sighed. The embarrassment was now full body. Then suddenly, everything stopped. Theresa blinked. She was back on the couch. Samantha stood in front of her, shaking her shoulders. "Wake up, girl. You were talking in your sleep. Something about oxtails and old ladies?" Theresa sat up slowly, heart pounding. The store? The EBT? The decline? Samantha raised an eyebrow. "Theresa, what are you talking about?" Then she started smiling. "But speaking of food stamps, they hit." Theresa's eyes widened. "You're serious?" Samantha started dancing again in her Halloween pajamas, just like in the dream. "Yes, ma'am. $285 plus that bonus $150 from last month. We eating real good today." Theresa stood up. "Déjà vu," she muttered. "You coming or what?" Samantha asked, already grabbing her keys. Theresa laughed, suddenly feeling a little lighter. They walked out the door, the city sun blazing, ready to turn a dream into something better.